Now, after discussing two major important terms of bookkeeping, that is asset and liability, we will now move to some other terms which always belong to a great extent either towards asset or liability, though there will be some assets which will not be considered as assets and liability, that is third category, that one by one we will discuss, friends. So please listen to me carefully. Let us begin with another important term named as capital. Now what do you mean by capital? Friends, any financial resource, whether cash or kind, invested by the owners of the business in the business to develop, to start, to establish their own business, in one word, in commerce, it is considered as capital. For example, you invest 20,000 rupees and started your own business of anything, say simple trading, buying and selling of goods. You purchase goods and you sell by marking up to the customer. That particular amount you invested initially in the business is known as a capital, and this capital is the liability for the business. Now here I want to leave a little question mark in your mind. It will be discussed in the next lecture that why capital is liability for the business, right? But capital is clear. Any amount, financial resource invested by the owner of the business into the business to establish, grow and develop the business is known as capital. हिंदी में इसको बोलते हैं पूंजी. The next term is drawings. Drawings क्या होते हैं सर? Any financial resource which is withdrawn by the owner from the business for personal use is termed as drawing. For example, you withdraw 5,000 rupees from your business and use it for personal purpose, maybe paying fees for your friend, for your daughter, son, or paying your wife or husband. It has no connection with business operation. Then such withdrawal of cash, even though goods if you withdraw for personal use, that is termed as drawings. कुछ भी business से personal use के लिए आप निकालेंगे, any financial resource, consider as drawings. The another term, listen, another term termed as revenue. What is revenue? The total sum of amount received or receivable because of day-to-day business operation is termed as revenue. Any amount you generate by day-to-day transactions of the business is known as
सर रेवेन्यू वाला फिर से लेंगे.
okay.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1 start.
Now another term is revenue. Sir, what is revenue? The total amount which is generated, may be received or you may receive in near future by the business because of the day-to-day business transactions and activities is termed as revenue. And this is the term, this is the aspect for which the whole world is doing the business. Every activity in the business is for revenue. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम माल बेचे, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम सर्विसेज देके फीस और रिटर्न कलेक्ट करें, that is termed as revenue. Now the next term is expenses. Now you will smile. Expense क्या सर? खर्च. Yes, agreed. But business expense and simple खर्च two are different terms. Now what is the meaning of expense? बच्चों, any amount incurred by the business for the purpose of day-to-day operation of the business with the objective of earning more and more revenue is known as expense. For example, You pay salary to your employee, it is expense. You are paying electricity bill of your shop, it is expense. You are paying rent of your shop, it is expense. N number of expense, there may be more than 100 you can count when you will grow and go on the further study of this subject. But basic concept, what is expense? Whose purpose is day-to-day business operation and earning of revenue is termed as expense. The next term is profit. Oh, everybody must be smiling. For that purpose only we do business. What is profit? The surplus of total revenue over the expense incurred by the business. If that is positive, it is termed as profit, and if it is negative, it is termed as loss. So what is profit? Profit means revenue minus expense or cost of revenue. If revenue exceeds, it is profit. If expense exceeds, it is loss. The next term is stock, the very important one. Now what do you mean by stock? Before that, I would like to explain you two more terms. That is purchase and another is sales. Now what do you mean by purchase? Any goods, commodity or service which is bought by the business for selling it further is termed as purchase. For example, you are running a shoe store. So you buy shoes from n number of companies, maybe 30 pair, 20 pair, 50 pairs, ladies, gents, kids, fancy, sports. These all in totality, in one word, named as purchases. That is called purchase, right? Any goods, commodity bought by the business to sell to the another people for earning of profit is known as purchase. The second term is sales. Just different from purchase. What is sales? The goods, commodity or service sold by the business to the customers is known as sales. Simple. Whatever you bought, you have sold by marking up some profit is known as sales. Now another term is stock. Now what is a stock? It is a term between purchase and sales. Purposefully I told you what is purchase and then I told you sales. Now I am telling you stock. Stock basically termed as goods left unsold with the business are known as stocks, right? So if you have bought goods and it is not sold, then they are with your business, that is termed as stock. This stock could be of three categories: raw material, semi-finished or finished. Means what? If you are into manufacturing, what is manufacturing? When you convert raw material, process raw material and manufacture and create a commodity is manufacturing. So you have a raw material. If it is not used by the business, it is raw material stock. If you are a trader, sir, what is trading? Buying and selling of goods for the sake of earning of profit is known as trading, where no manufacturing is involved, as it is finished goods purchased and sold by the trader. That is called trading, and the person does it known as trader. So you have the stock of finished goods with you. So basically I would like to emphasize only on two. Further we'll discuss about the third category. So there is stock of raw material, there is stock of finished goods. Raw material, which is going to be converted into finished product. Finished goods, that is ready to be sold anytime when it is required. So what is a stock? The goods purchased but not yet sold. It is there with the business. They are termed as stock. And I am reminding you, this stock is the example of current asset, because anytime it may be sold, anytime you may purchase more. So this is termed stock. Next is debtors. D-E-B-T-O-R-S. B is silent. Debtors. Sir, ये debtors कौन है? Debtors are those party to whom business has sold goods on credit, जिनको हमने उधार माल बेचा है. Friends, they are our debtors and they are our current asset. Next is creditors, opposite to debtors. So who are the creditors? The parties from whom we have purchased goods and services on credit. We have purchased goods, but payment will be made in near future. So there may be 10 people, 20, 30, but in one word, if you want to express these all parties, they are termed as creditors. So there are debtors to whom you have sold goods and services on credit, उधार माल बेचा है. There are debtors from whom you have purchased goods and commodities or service on credit. These are debtors and creditors.